Now imagine you're walking through a forest, right? You got some trees everywhere, left, right, up, down. There's not down specifically, but there's trees. So, you start jumping. No auto jump because you're a pro gamer and see some wildlife, you know. And then you look around for a little cave to go into, see what's up. You find a cave, a little hole in the ground, you know how caves are. You walk in the cave, there's some water, and then there's literally nothing else in this. But sometimes, you'll just enter the Gungeon, where you shoot bullets with bullets, and pet dogs with your hands, of course. And then, there's the tutorial. It's a pretty nice tutorial. Makes you talk to Manuel. He's your new best buddy. Then, after it tells you the directions of the games and all that, you have to fight Manuel. It's a pretty fun part. It's your first little boss. You think you're really good now because you easily killed him, of course. But then, you don't really know what this game has in store for you yet. So, hello, my name's Cold. We're going to be reviewing Enter the Gungeon. Now, I must say in this game, when you're playing it, you might be overcome with a little bit of anger, because you might get a really good gun, or you might have a weapon synergy. Then you just die because little bullets, because you're kind of bad as soon as you start out playing. And not just a pro gamer out here, but this game is still really fun and has a really nice soundtrack. And the reload animation is pretty crisp. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Especially because some guns just have a different reload sound, and some guns you have very much variety in. Then you got the bosses, usually very many bullets that you have to dodge, and so you can see me over here, pro gamer mode, dodging totally every bullet. I didn't lose a singular heart, and or half a heart, during this entire boss fight. Easy boss, easy dub out here. But bosses can take a minute if you haven't actually equipped a gun. See, nothing happened right there. But bosses can take a minute if you don't actually have a good weapon. It's still very rewarding in its own little sense, because you usually get money and an item, but you also get these little green things, little extra space monies, and what you gotta do with those is eventually, while playing through the game, you just get to unlock this shopkeeper from the Gungeon, and she comes up into the hub where you can purchase new items from her that will be in the Gungeon. But since you are still playing a pretty difficult game, it kind of depends on how you are, because this game has a small resemblance to The Binding of Isaac, which is a game that I'm also not too familiar with, just like this. But I must say that this is one of my favorite games just because of the soundtrack and every other little element of the game, even though I slightly hate it for constantly dying in it, but that's my own fault. When playing this game, you might have a little bit of difficulty though, because it has a learning curve, of course, and it's a really skill-based game which you have to get used to. But when you do get used to it, it becomes very addictive, and you'd probably love to really play it. Now, in my opinion, is this worth your money? Definitely, because it's not very much money, and the variety in this game is really nice, as there's many and many guns to get and many areas to explore in the game, and there's so many bosses to fight, which is pretty nice and may seem overwhelming at the start of getting it, but you'll get used to it for sure after a while, and you won't have a problem with it. Maybe you can even start to memorize some of the items. Now, a gripe that I have with this game though, as I said, it does have a learning curve, and it can seem pretty RNG based with the, random amount of weapons that you can get, and you might not even get a good weapon and just not be able to really fight the first boss. But if you can manage, it will always be fun. No doubt in my mind that it will. And throughout the clips that you see here is me just playing around a little bit with it. I'm not the best, as I said, but I'm pretty okay at it. I'm also just not the best at these types of games. Like Binding of Isaac, I'm definitely not too good at. But they're both really fun games, and just need a little bit of luck on your side, and a little bit of knowledge of the game. But after you get some of that in your mind, you'll definitely have fun with this. I can definitely bet that. This game is available for purchase and download on the PC, the Switch, PS4, and the Xbox One. I myself am playing it on PS4 and have no performance issues with it whatsoever, and just overall it's really a nice experience to have, especially if you have time to kill, because some of the times when you play this, it can take 10 minutes to get through a floor, at the most usually. Or if you really like to explore, there's a lot to explore, and even secret rooms on every level. If you can manage to find them, it's a pretty nice thing to do. For anyone that's made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching it all the way through. And if you would like to see more content, I'm going to start uploading, and my friend is also going to start uploading music reviews. So if you would like to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time when I review another game, probably BioShock Infinite.